Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors. On this episode of Toys Are the Way, we will be taking a look at my Mando Season 2 custom Din Djarin and some ideas for its inclusion into the vintage collection. If you're new to the channel or a fan of Star Wars collecting, be sure to drop a like down below, remember to subscribe, and make sure to ring that bell to stay notified. Upcoming videos will feature similar reviews, diorama builds, and more from the vintage collection, so stay tuned. Welcome back everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you a few things that I've customized on my Mandalorian from the Maldo Kreis pack in order to give myself the perfect Mandalorian Season 2 / Book of Boba Fett Din Djarin. We have definitely seen quite a few releases of the Mandalorian himself in the vintage collection, but the figure included with the Maldo Kreis set is the first time that this character is getting rocker ankles and ball-jointed hips. Additionally, this is the first time we see the character with his updated thigh armor plate, which you can see is different than the one that we got with the Beskar Mandalorian. And the last difference between these shiny Beskar Mandos is the knee armor that is present on the Maldo Kreis figure. And when we first got this figure, there was even something that I didn't notice, and it is that Hasbro failed to paint the knee armor the proper color. Instead of using the blue color that is reminiscent of the Death Watch armor, it is simply silver with some snow decal on it. And yes, while this figure does have rocker ankles and ball-jointed hips, it does not have the most updated hip articulation, as seen in the Death Watch Troopers. This figure is some of Hasbro's finest work, no doubt. It is fully articulated and has lots of range of movement. The funny thing about this, if you take a moment to observe, is that this figure shares a lot of the tooling from the original Beskar Mando. The upper legs are exactly the same. Therefore, there's almost no reason that Hasbro cannot update the hip articulation on Din Djarin. Taking a closer look at my Mandalorian figure, you can see that I've removed all the snow effects with a silver paint marker, and also painted his knee the proper blue color and added some silver detailing there as well. I used a silver paint marker to add that detailing, and pretty much just, dabbed a tiny bit of a paper towel and just lightly added some of the effects onto the knee armor. And a similar process for removing the snow. I simply just put a tiny dot of the silver paint on the areas where snow was showing, and then use a paintbrush to just lightly dry brush it in. You don't want to apply it too heavy because I think that silver paint really kind of globs up and it can just make a mess and it won't look like smooth armor. So that's what I did to get rid of the snow effects. And yeah, I'm just really happy with having this figure. It's nice to have, the most current look of the Mandalorian in my collection. And it allows me to, set him up in displays and I've just been loving everything that's been going on too with the Mandalorian. All the recent stories, his appearance in the Book of Boba Fett. And I can't wait to see what happens in Season 3. I'm sure many of you are well aware of the multi-pack that Hasbro had on display at this year's San Diego Comic-Con. The set includes a Mandalorian figure similar to the one I have displayed in this video, but there are a few details that keep it from being the definitive Mando Season 2 / Book of Boba Fett Din Djarin. The figure included in the rescue set has been engineered with updated gauntlets on the forearms. This new tooling allows the whistling bird and flame accessories to be inserted and attached to the figure for display in your collection. The downside, however, is the tooling for the peg holes exaggerates the weapons on the gauntlets. This leaves them looking bulky and drastically different from the previous releases of the Mandalorian. While I'm all for more accessories and appreciate Hasbro's focus on these types of world-building inclusions, this specific release of the Mandalorian is more of a specialty display item rather than a definitive release of the character's appearance. On the contrary, this set is brilliant and I can't wait to get it. I'm excited for the battle damaged Dark Trooper and think that was an excellent inclusion by Hasbro, allowing us to recreate that epic battle and properly world build that scene. Additionally, the soft goods cape included with the Moff Gideon figure is a huge highlight for me, and Grogu in shackles completes the set wonderfully. While the rescue set delivers most of our world building and Mando Season 2 display needs, a Din Djarin figure without the oversized gauntlets will still need to make its way into the vintage collection. It would be absolutely outstanding to get this figure in some type of deluxe set, including a soft goods cape, the Darksaber hilt, a Beskar spear, and another world building element, or possibly a release on a Book of Boba Fett card. The Return of the Mandalorian was a fantastic episode, and without a doubt some of my favorite Star Wars media to date. The opening scene with the Klatooinians would make for a wonderful card art, along with a definitive release of the character and accessories. This would be a must for any carded collector. With The Mandalorian Season 3 just around the corner, hopefully Hasbro can get this figure into our collections, either through a deluxe set or a carded release, because moving forward, we know that The Mandalorian is going to go on some adventures and possibly find some new weapons, and I'm sure that we're going to want that figure in our collections as well. So come on Hasbro, let's get this figure into the vintage collection. I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at my upgrades to the Mandalorian from the Maldo Kreis pack. Were you excited to see the Beskar Spear included in the Mandalorian Rescue set? Will you be picking that up? Or would you prefer to see this figure in a single carded release without any of the accessories or play features? Feel free to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about it. And don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.